Alright, gonna make some tube doors. The tube here. So what I've done, gonna measure from this point here across here, bending up. I'm gonna make some type of latch here to hook up the door. The other piece is gonna come from here, sort of come across, bend down, and tie into the piece that comes across, then a little bit across here. So I've got a bit of paper, and basically got the measurements you can sort of see. So I'm going to bend this to match this up here. Got a bit of scrap that from what I messed up building the cage, and this is gonna, so I don't have to waste any bits. This will sort of tie in there, and then once this bends back up, I'll connect a piece across there and cut that in, and have a piece here. Then I have to figure out some hinges and whatnot, because I'll come back. So once I bend it up with my homemade bender, I'll be back. Alright, to get the angle, basically what I'll do is I'll use this just to find out my angle, and then what I have here is just a piece of 90, and I've marked here where the bends start. So how I do that, I'll sort of, because it's a little bit less than 90, I'll line this up, get a sort of rough idea where the bend's going to start. Obviously that's a 90, but this is going to be a little bit less than a 90 degree. So I'll put a little mark here and there. I've got to figure out which way it starts, and so that's where I know where my bend starts. So that's where my bend's going to start to get that angle. For me to find the angle, I got a little digital angle finder, and I'll find it. So this here, I can sort of, a bit hard for me to set up. Roughly, I'm going to zero it out. So there, and then I'll put it here, and it's about 75. So 75 degrees is my bend that I need, roughly. Doesn't have to be perfect, anywhere around there. So that's how I figure out. Alright, so the bend's going to be fed into the tube bender from this end. So I need to start, that's going to be the front edge of the bender. So I need to, so I just, when I was saying, I have to figure out, so this is, so the bender's going to start there, it's going to pull the bender around this way. So I need to, so I've marked this, so I'll put this in the bender at this mark on the edge of the tube bender. I've got a little bit extra so I can cut off. You can see my line here, but a little bit extras won't hurt. I can always cut that off, and then I'll do my 75 degree angle, and I should. Okay. So I don't know if you can see under here. We've set, that's the edge of the bender die, and that's where I've put the mark. So I've set that up. I've locked it off with this. I have my digital angle finder there. this up and connect this up and basically bend. So I think it's 75 degrees. One and a half inch DOM tubing for roll cages. I think 2.6 mil wall size. That's pretty thick. Stop this out. What I'll do, I'll zero it out. So we're there, put it up here. So we're only 35 degrees, still got a long way to go. Let's get going. Let me just one stroke. Still back there. 5 degrees, still a bit more. So put this off. Put it there. Pull it in. Push it down. Push it down. So a bit more stroke. Yeah, sorry, so yeah, push down a bit more stroke. Yeah. Tighten this one up again. Another about 15 more degrees probably. So at the moment, it's always going to be a bit of spring back from these. So I have to go maybe 77, got like 2 degrees extra. So over there, we're at 50, 53 degrees there. Alright, so let's get going and watch it. 70. Let's check here. Let's drop it out. 71. 77. Well, let's back it off there. Alright, so I'll back it off. I'll come back when I get this. Alright. So you can see our lines, it's pretty close. You can see our lines down there. It matches up along. You can see our line. So I'm pretty happy with that. I probably could go a little more, maybe a degree or two more, but look, at this point, I think it's okay. So this is the finish, so I can just mark that. So I've just plotted it all out on there, so basically I know the dimensions there. I've transferred it all onto here. So this needs to be cut at that sort of that angle there. This is going to be cut right there. So I'll cut that. And once I figure out exactly where this goes, so that will go there. I'll notch this out to fit, and then just have a piece that joins there. I'm still figuring, yeah, probably put a piece here just to give it that strength. Alright, so I've just set this up. This is how I've gone a bit taller there, so it should come. So I've measured it so it comes to the top of the door here, then turns down around here. I was going to bring it at the hinge, but I think I want it a little bit higher for protection. Out there, coming back down, and then the crossbar be just about there, that elbow height, which should be good. So this should be about elbow height. This will be a little bit higher, and then the hinge mounts are going to have to go on this crossbar here somehow. We'll sort that out later. As you can see, I don't have a tube notcher. I've just notched this. It's not too bad. There's not a great deal of filling to go in there. I could probably, work a little bit more, but no, it's not the MIG will fill that up quite easy. I've had to just prop these up a bit so it sits because the floor's a little uneven. But I'll tack that up and we'll see how it looks in the door. Alright, so I've tacked up the door and it's just sitting in place. Obviously this is going to sit up at this level, but I don't have any hinges, so I'm going to try and get some old hinges, cut them down and just weld them to the side so I can just switch them out fairly easy. Got to sort out some hook for this, but I'll come back. Yeah, so that's it at the moment. I've just tack welded all the pieces. I'm going to leave it like that until I'm certain that everything's the way I want it, then I'll fully weld it. And so that's it at the moment.